Let's talk about relationships. This is something that fascinates me, and it has ever since I was a little girl. The whole game of love and romance and partnership. It's something that I have genuinely really loved since probably the age of like 5. And as I've grown, I've gotten to learn a lot more about relationships, as you do when you have experience and heartbreaks and troublesome situations and beautiful situations. And as some of you know, I also work with the Mayan calendar. And I have been seeing lately what an impact it has knowing your Mayan signature on your relationship. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by this. So, for example, I'm in a relationship with my long-term boyfriend, Charlie. And in the Mayan, I am a yellow star. And this is my sign. It's my archetype, you could say. And Charlie is the blue monkey. So, in the Mayan dream spell, there are 20 of them. And some of them are natural supports for each other. So they're like best friends that get on well. Charlie and I, the monkey and the star, happen to be supports for each other. So I was looking into our couple reading, because I do readings for people and I do relationship readings. And I did one for each other many years ago. And I found a very interesting pattern. And it has a bigger pattern even beyond the Mayan. We have been told some very interesting things about relationships in the media, in movies, in our childhood, in books and stories. I think we're told a lot of lies about relationships, and as children, we only know how to act upon what we're told and what we're taught. We do have a unique inner wisdom, but it often gets stifled. And this thing about relationships is we're taught it's supposed to be, if you found the right person, there should just be fireworks all of the time, and you should love spending every minute together. And if you fight too much or you bicker, you're not good for each other. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be very harmonious. And this is true to an extent. But what I discovered in the Mayan astrology, in the Mayan dream spell, is when I add my energy and Charlie's energy together, we make a storm, a blue storm. That's the third energy we make. This is the energy of our relationship. And this is catalyzing. It's the generation of energy, so it really moves stuff around. And we definitely feel that in our relationship. We have such a deep bond, but there's a lot moving for us most of the time. We're having some breakthrough, or we're having some transition, or we're going through another lesson of growth together. And sometimes it's like, whoa, can we have a break here? Can we take a breather and just pretend everything's just happy and beautiful and nothing's going wrong? And through my discovery and through my experimenting, I found that all of the couples who are support energies for each other, so whenever there are two support energies together in a relationship, they create a blue storm. And if you're not following the Mayan stuff, just get this piece. Relationships that support each other are relationships that push each other. And this doesn't mean hatred pushing, really angry stuff. It means there's a lot of growth coming up. In our relationships, we're not really taught it so much, but the most profound beauty and love comes from dedication. It comes from follow through. How much can you live up to your word? How much can you see your own shadows and your own bullshit and be like, okay, I take responsibility for that. I'm willing to look at that. And it's hard, and it may bring up stuff, and it may stir up the pot, but relationships that support you and have the best, the best at heart for your growth are the ones that require that push and pull. As long as you come back to center, to have the storm that washes over you, and be willing to let go of what needs to go. Be willing to let go of your ego. Be willing to let go of your selfishness. And this is something that comes up for myself and Charlie, but I'll speak for myself in our relationship often. It's like, wow, I'm being asked to let go more. I'm being asked to let go of my bullshit, to let go of my story, to let go of all the limiting beliefs I have of myself, to let go of the conditioning that I have taken on. Because as you know, if you've been in a relationship, or if you're in one, that's when all the heated stuff has a place to come up. The anger, the suppression, we can take it out on the people we love the most. And in a relationship that you want what you want. But I personally love relationships where I feel I am being called to step up for my partner. And my boyfriend, my lover, is telling me, hey, I want to be with the best you, so are you going to let that go? Are you going to generate your own energy so that you can be a better person for yourself and for us? And I just think it's contrary to popular belief that we just want things to be easy and not to go through the hard stuff. And as a die-hard romantic, I can fall into that trap. But it's beautiful, it's all beautiful. And it's like dancing in the storms. Let's learn to dance in those juicy storms. And if you're curious what you and your partner, your boyfriend, what you make as a couple, it's a really great idea to have a couple reading, because it's actually done wonders for Charlie and I. It's allowed us to relate to each other and understand each other on such a deeper level, to know how to navigate the storms that come. And if you're wondering, if your partner and you, if you make a support energy or if you make a challenge energy, it really dictates how the relationship is going to want to naturally flow. So even if you've never heard of Mayan dream spell, Mayan astrology, it's simply a tool to allow you to tap in deeper to what's already happening. Essentially, it's already happening. And with relationships, this is where I think I at least receive so much satisfaction and so much joy and so much pleasure from life, is in my relationship with my lover, but also with my friends and my family. And it's something that I'm continually working on and wanting to develop, because there's no end. So that's just a bit of what I was realizing. And I highly recommend a reading, because you want to know who you're in a relationship with. You want to know your lover, and you want to know how you can support them, and vice versa.